Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about pitching. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 7th year of the Sales Japan series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery in Japanese, Anata mo Purezen Tachijin. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all are available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and, even better, thrive in business. 1. Sell more and do it more easily. 2. Exceed your targets. In fact, blow up your targets. 3. Make some serious money. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 366. Today we're talking about how to pitch for business in the worst case scenario. Pitching for the business is quite different to selling to a client representative we may be meeting in a meeting room. In the latter case, we have only one or sometimes two people to persuade, but in a pitch, it could be department representatives from many parts of the firm. The worst possible pitch environment is when on this occasion, you have had no chance to meet the client beforehand to understand their situation, aspirations, issues, and problems. Hopefully, the pitch would be after you've had a chance to consider all of their requirements. Instead of just sending in a proposal, they ask you to deliver it to the key people in the firm. There should be no reason why you cannot meet with some members of the team beforehand, but let's assume that worst case is the scenario. Even though we may not be able to meet before the pitch, we can still do research. Often we have other clients in the same industry, so we will have some broad ideas about the current issues facing similar firms. Even if we don't have such clients, we may know someone working in the industry, or we can find access to someone to find out more about what is going on at the moment. Additionally, we can do a literature search on media reporting on the company in question and on the industry in general. There may be stock analysts who follow the industry who, for a fee, will provide us with their findings on what is going on. Through LinkedIn, we might be able to connect with a senior person who has left the firm recently, who may be willing to provide some broad insights. We shouldn't expect to get all of the company's dark and dirty secrets, but they may be happy to share in broad brush terms. ChatGPT is a bit useless as a research tool for current information. For example, when I asked about the current state of the 5-star hotel industry in Tokyo, I get this answer. I'm unable to provide real-time or the most up-to-date information as my knowledge cut-off date is September 2021. In Tokyo 5-star hotel terms, September 2021 is like 100 years ago in terms of vacancies and losses and revenues thanks to the pandemic. Today, they are doing a booming business as foreign tourists flood in to enjoy a very cheap yen environment. Anyway, back to the pitch question. We may not have been given direct access to company staff, but we can still try and do a matching process between what we offer and what we believe would be of most value to the firm. As we don't exactly know what is ailing them at the moment, we need to offer up a few alternatives on the basis that if we just burst into action on one and it isn't resonating, we'll be out the door in short order. So we draft up a few scenarios which we think could be reasonable cases for seeking our help with finding solutions to their problems. There's no point starting with the weakest case and moving to the strongest. Everyone has limited time, patience, and availability to listen to us, so we have to go in hard with the best case we can come up with. When we're delivering this case, we'll be able to tell by the reactions whether we're on track or not. This is not a perfect angle, though. There is also the issue that different departments have different interests, and they may respond variously depending on what strikes a chord with them. If we are striking a chord with no one at all, then we better move on to case number 2 and keep going. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs, as well as we do them in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. The program today is being brought to you by, on the 10th of November, by our Leadership Training for Managers course. It'll be a 3-day version. On the 16th and 17th of November, we'll do our High Impact Presentations course in Japanese. And in December 7th, we're doing our Dale Carnegie course, our flagship course, the 3-day version. Go to our website at www.dale, D-A-L-E, -Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small and medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. There will be senior people in the room, and the rookie mistake is to only talk to them. Often the president is there, but he or she is not a sole decision maker. The top executives may only look at the possibility of working with you after those lower down the totem pole have worked on the due diligence. I've made this mistake, imagining if I could win over the president, then the orders to work with me would rain down on the rest of the crew. I remember sitting in the president's office. He got very excited about all the wonderful things I was telling him about our training. He jumped on the phone and called the heads of the HR department to drop everything and come to his office immediately to meet me and hear what I had to say. I was getting very positive about the direction this sales call was going. These 2 HR guys turned up and did a lot of nodding in front of the president. When I left, I said I would contact them to have a further meeting to go through the detail. I'm still waiting for a reply to all my follow-up emails to these 2 guys. I presume they didn't like him getting involved in their world and so did nothing, despite the president's excitement. So when we present our pitch, we should assume everyone will be involved at some point in the decision. This includes those junior people who will do the due diligence, to those who will shepherd the idea through the labyrinth inside the firm, up to the senior executives who will approve the consensus decision. That means we work on everyone in the room and don't just look at the president the whole time and ignore everyone else. The other people we shouldn't favour with our exclusive attention are the English speakers, if we're doing this pitch in English. Often they have no decision-making power within the hierarchy and are treated like language technicians. If we got close to the mark on what they are needing, we can hope that there will be some clarifying questions after our pitch, which will give us a better idea of what they need. We should also be looking to find key people in the room with whom we can have a follow-up meeting to try and get some feedback on whether we need to change the angle of our solution or whether our solution is relevant or not. This type of pitching is clearly the most challenging, but if we do our research and if we bring multiple angles to the pitch, we may be able to break through the wall of silence they have thrown up. Not every company wants to open the kimono to total strangers with whom they have no existing relationship or with whom they are yet to build any trust. If we keep that in mind, we'll do a better job pitching to the potential client. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please work on your karma and share this with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Go out there and survive. Use it and make some serious money. Bucks, dough, moolah, coin, dosh, lolly, readies, smackers, earners, and bread and honey. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.